you're considering whether or not your business should be buying or building an AI chatbot, typically the answer I give my clients is that most businesses should always buy first. Especially if you're looking for something as simple as a frequently asked questions bot that just is there on your website to answer questions for your customers. In a situation like this, I would suggest you buy. Some common tools that I would recommend when you're looking to buy would be Tidio, Intercom, Zendesk AI, or Vertical AI. If this is an internal workflow, the answer I would say is actually maybe. But in a situation like that, what you want to do is I would suggest for you to still go ahead and look at that tool online. And this is where you get to prove whether or not this is valuable or not. There's actually a bit of overhead when you move to an AI chatbot from your old system, and you kind of want to figure out if this is actually a valuable item or not for your team. In a situation like that, you want to buy, then prove value. And then finally, you want to prove the return on investment of this, that the overhead of having the AI chatbot is actually less than having the AI chatbot itself. If this is going to be a core system, this is when I would suggest you actually going ahead and building this, especially when you want to use a more stable LLM model or it has some sort of authentication or security aspect that you can't fulfill with these other options available on the market. And the reason for this is when you build it, you own the risk, which means you own all the development that comes from it. Developers are probably the most expensive part of this whole process. Even if you go get an agency, cheap agencies will give you cheap results. If you build it in-house, it's pretty hard these days to get a good developer. So don't underestimate the cost of hiring a developer. Also, don't underestimate the cost of testing. Even if, for example, you get an affordable developer or you do it in-house, you give them all the AI tools available, there is still a lot of time that goes into testing AI chatbots. And I would say these days, this is where the bottleneck of AI development is inside the testing. Finally, hosting and security. Again, compared to development and testing, they're not as big, right? In terms of hosting, that's not very expensive compared to the first two, but security can be very expensive if you get it wrong and you have your internal data on here. As a summary, if you buy, it's very easy for you to scale this out to your customers because all you have to do is just upgrade your plan in terms of the tool you're using. But if you're building, however, this gives you easy customization. You can customize every single aspect of the chatbot, and that allows you to tailor it to exactly what you're looking for there.